it's really a concerning situation that they got to cancel spring ball for the university and for everyone across the nation, really, and across the world, because I mean this is something that's affecting a lot of people. Hasn't quite affected me directly yet, thank God, but indirectly, obviously, cancel spring ball, online classes, and it's a really concerning issue for our country. But lately, I've just been kind of working out, trying to stay in shape for football, and hopefully this stuff is resolved by next semester for the summer, so we can get back up to school and get things back to normal for athletics-wise and as a country.
Hey, Jake, this is Scott Ritchie from News Gazette. What was spring ball going to look like for you this year? Just coming off of the injury at the end of last season.
I was going to be limited, probably a little bit less contact than but like just limited for spring ball, kind of what I've been for these past spring ball. And I'm ready. I'm excited for this coming up season.
I guess as a follow-up to that, just what was what did it take for you to maybe get back to feeling healthy, and just I guess from November on, just maybe trying to get back?
Just a lot of rest and being smart and staying away from things that and just being smart with my body and taking care of myself, and because obviously your body is your business in this game, and that's the thing that you have to worry about the most. So I think taking more interest in my body and doing the right exercises and talking to the right people, seeing the right doctors and things like that.
This is Paul Banks with the Sports Pick.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Paul. Yeah, this is Paul Banks with the Sports Pick. My question is, for the guys that have been going through the pro days and pre-draft process, like those guys on the team, what's kind of their feeling now about everything, and what are they working on to stay in shape with everything, with so many question marks around it?
Yeah, I think they're real happy that they were able to get their pro day in before all this kind of broke out, which is a big plus for us. But I think now a lot of them are just going to where they were, going to their places where they train and feel comfortable at, and staying healthy and staying ready for whenever draft time comes around, and trying to be as available as possible for teams as far as workouts and phone calls. And I think a lot of them are switching to doing FaceTime interviews rather than being face-to-face and getting on the board. So I think there's some things going on like that for them. But I'm ready for them come draft night, and they'll get a shot for sure. If not drafted, free agent, things like that.
And then as a follow-up to that, what are some of the best workouts and things that guys are doing to stay in shape when they're in full isolation?
As far as home workouts, you're saying?
Right. Exactly.
They say it's a quarantine and a full isolation, but in reality, I think most of us can still get to a field, or at least get outside and just go for a jog in the neighborhood at the very least. And I think you can do, obviously, it's hard not to have an area where you can do sprint work, and you can get out and do some different sprinting exercises and do some different running technique out on a field. So I think you can do that at the very minimum, but I think that's helpful just to stay active. And you can also it's real easy to find ways to get pull-ups in, do some push-ups, do different things like that, some single leg squats to a chair at the very least, just things like that to just keep your body functioning. Whether you may not be getting the best, most high-quality training, obviously, because you're very limited, but just different things like that.
Thanks, Jake.
Hey, Jake. .com. How are you?
Hey, Doug. I'm good. How are you doing, Doug?
Good. Hey, the delay graduated. You guys got an open spot there. 2 starters back, and talk about some of the candidates to replace the delay, and could you move around a little bit position-wise?
All right, I lost you there for a sec. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, you lost delay to graduation, and some of the candidates to replace him? And position-wise, how do you see people lining up?
Well, I think Kalen did a great job. When I got hurt, Kalen did a great job stepping up for us and filling in at that Sam spot, and really stepped up, elevated his game, and played well for us at the end of the year. So I think he has a great job for us to start. I mean, you got Milo Eifler, who was a 13-game starter for us, so he's obviously that's going to start for us. Great player, athletic kid, twitchy. He'll make even bigger strides this year. Dawson DeGroot had a good game against Michigan State when Milo got ejected, so I think he'll obviously be in the mix as well. And then Tariq Barnes, who's going to be a factor as well this year, athletic kid. Well, he'll be in the mix for sure. And then Delano Ware is a good kid that's starting to put on some weight, and he's a guy that really has to help in the passing game as well at the linebacker spot. So I think we have a really good group of guys, and I think we just, even though like people think we may not have that much depth because Dele graduated, but I think we got a lot of good guys coming back. So I think we're gonna have a lot of depth for us.
Great, you didn't mention Shimon Cooper. What role do you see for him?
Shimon make the stride. He's a good player. I don't think he burned his red shirt last year, so I think he's got another year out. Like he got a year back, so he'll be a guy that's going to be a big time role player for us, probably on special teams at first, and then eventually work his way into impact and get into the rotation.
Hey, Jake, it's Jeremy Warner from 24/7 Sports. Just as a captain of this, how do you kind of just keep touch with your teammates, and do you feel like you have to give them a message or anything throughout this?
I don't think I need to necessarily give a message. I think that's more of a thing for athletic directors. I'm not informed on everything that's going on and all the decisions that are being made behind doors. Kind of above my pay grade. So, but they're doing a great job of informing us. I mean, I'm talking to guys that I'm in group chats with, obviously, like our linebacker group, and staying positive with those guys and talking just different things, like reaching out on social media to our guys that I like on their stories and Instagram stories or Snapchat stories, and just keeping in touch, things like that.
How do you think not having the spring ball impacts you guys? Obviously, everybody's in the same boat.
Honestly, it hurts a little bit for sure, because a lot of guys need some development, that want to younger dudes that haven't really maybe proven themselves yet, that want to earn that, get a spot, and start putting themselves in the top of the rotation. Guys like Ryan Mead, like the Shimon Coopers, those kids that are on the team that played a little special teams, but year that can really use this to develop and get their minds ready for fall camp. I will say though that we weren't the healthiest going into spring ball, so it's going to help us a lot. Just getting everyone healthy for the season. So I think there's pros and cons to look at both. So maybe so we'll see. I think it's not going to impact us too much because we'll be putting in the work necessary for the season.
Back injury, right? How are you feeling? How's that progressing?
I'm doing really good. It's the best I've felt in a pretty long time. Feel really healthy, and my body's getting right. And I think, honestly, for me, it was going to be a little bit less spring ball, so it wasn't something that's going to impact me individually as much. But as a team, obviously, it's going to impact us. But I'm feeling really good this next year and having a healthy season and a big year.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jake.
Go ahead, Bob.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hey, Jake, this is Bob Asmussen. How is the coaching changes on defense going to affect this team, do you think? The two new guys running the line, how much help is there going to be? Tell me what you think about those two guys.
It's big that we're splitting up the interior and the edge rushers versus the D tackles and things like that. I think that gives a lot more specific work because the edge rushers obviously aren't going through things that like a D tackle is. And like our 5 technique's not going to do anything like similar to what our 1 technique is. So when they're able to have that individual training, individual coaching at practice, I think that's a big thing. They're great dudes. I talk to both of them a lot. I've seen them all at workouts, and they're great guys. So happy about that.
Thanks, Jake.
Yep.
Jake, this is Lauren Tate. Would you clarify your own position, whether you're going to be moving to the middle and making the calls, or you're going to stay outside?
I think that's insider information for now. I don't know until Coach Smith releases that to you guys up in the air. I'm sorry, I can't. I don't want to answer that right now. I appreciate it though.
Hey Jake, this is Joey White.
Is there a mental and maybe an emotional effect of not having spring ball? I know you guys obviously want to get out there.
Yeah, I think there's definitely an emotional part of it, and it like the guys to develop are like they're definitely missing out, and I know they're a little bit disappointed because they're gonna have to speed up the process come fall camp and really maybe get the more mental aspect of the playbook and match it together physically a little bit quicker and have to learn on the fly a little bit faster come fall camp. I know we'll be putting in a lot of extra work in the summer to like expedite that process. So come fall camp, it will be a little easier, given that the coronavirus isn't affecting us come the summertime. Hopefully we get this resolved come that. But I definitely think emotionally it's going to be a little bit sad for some guys, mainly for those younger guys that are developing, like I said. But yeah.
This is Joey Wagner from Decatur Herald Review. What are you back in Florida? And not having football or not being able to do much since November when you got hurt and kind of starting to get back in the groove of things. What's the mental process for you like to kind of deal with this?
Yeah, I'm back in Florida, and get to the warm weather rather than being stuck in Champaign for a little bit. And it's nice to be home and get some home cooked meals from the parents and things like that. But mentally, it's tough because obviously, like you said, play ball with your brothers and your guys that you work so hard with this fall spring workouts, and to not be able to play football like right before we were about to start, it's a little frustrating. But I mean, it's not something that's just we're dealing with; the whole country's dealing with. So you have to remember that. And there's people that have lost their lives because of this issue. So it's something that, like, honestly, I think from what I've heard and the things that have been told to me, I think we're at less of a risk to have a severe case of this virus. But I think we're just to feel lucky that we're in such good shape and we're at a younger age when this is hitting our country and hitting our world, so that we're blessed to be in the situation we are at the end of the day.
Hey Jake, this is Scott Ritchie again. When Doug was on, he was talking about just the momentum that you guys built, with making the bowl game, had a good winner. Yeah. What's it going to maybe take to make sure you guys don't lose that momentum as you're kind of scattered across the country and maybe don't have the spring together?
It really comes down to really, I think, a little bit more mental than physical. As long as we stay in solid shape and come back and we're ready to work, I think and I think we'll be able to pick up where we left off. I think we know that we can play with just about anyone in the country just based off some of the things we did last year. We just have to put it all together every Saturday and be a team that's more consistent, rather than showing up a full game rather than not playing a first half and then showing up in the second half, having good starts and finishing strong as well. Putting the full games together is just going to help us a lot.
Hey, Jake, this is Gavin again. Obviously, Derek Smith is a guy who transferred in and now won't be able to get to showcase what he can do in spring ball. But what does a guy like him bring to the table for you guys?
He's a guy. He's real athletic, twitchy dude. He'll run and strike you. He's a ball hawk as well. So I think Derek can do it all. I think he's going to be a safety that can come down, play for the box, play in the box too when we need him to. But he's a guy that'll be a big time playmaker for us come 2020 season. He even though he didn't have spring ball, I think he's going to be all right. I think he's going to be one of those guys. He had some good tape and good film from Miami, so I think he'll be a guy that's going to be a more mental thing. I think he's going to be okay. I don't think it'll affect him as much.
Is there anything other aspect that you guys miss with spring ball that's just so hard to replicate any other way?
Yeah, of course. It's not being able to be with your guys because we're going to be away from each other for I think it's at least 2-3 months, and it's something that you're obviously going to miss because you're used to seeing everyone every single day in the facility, whether it's in class or just your roommate in general. So it's something that's going to be you're definitely going to miss. But I don't think it will have any delay when we get back, and I don't think there'll be any gap between us. I think we'll pick back right where we left off, and it'll be back that camaraderie, like you said.
Hey, Jake, Gavin again. How big of a change is it to go to the all-online class format for some guys? And is that something that, is going to be a challenge for guys, especially, maybe being away from campus and the support services you guys have here?
Yeah, it's going to be challenging, and it's just going to be something that we're all going to have to focus on. But believe it or not, there's a lot of online classes for everyone's in a lot of to begin with, so I think we all know how to operate one. It's just going to be a matter of putting your head to it and being consistent about it, because it is harder to actually watch lectures online. It's a little bit different for sure, but I think we're going to be okay.